Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a group of students from Iowa used their spring break to help rebuild houses in our region. And West Virginia businesses work together to raise money for a family that is facing a hard journey following an undiagnosed medical scare.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
6:31 here. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning. It's Wednesday, the middle of the work week. Hopefully we'll make it to Friday. Let's take it over to Brandon for a look at that forecast this morning. Brandon, you know, our viewers have been following my indoor temperature saga this morning. I have a little bit of an update on that. Yep. It's getting kind of warm in here, honestly.
Really?
And you warned me. You said, Dakota, don't fool with it. And I do the opposite of what I really do the opposite of whatever anybody tells me, but specifically you. So now I'm getting kind of warm.
Well, I'm gonna leave it because I'm comfortable.
Listen, it's better. I better be warm in here than cold out there.
If you go over there and try to touch it, I'm gonna send you back over to the anchor desk. All right, let's get into the forecast this morning. It is a chilly start to the day out there, so be careful, bundle up, and make sure you give yourself time to get those cars warmed up. Let's take a look at Moorhead along I-64. Not a whole lot of traffic up there this morning, but temperatures in the low 20s out the door this morning. So, again, just be ready for that. It's going to be kind of a not so much breezy day, but it's going to be a cold day there as we see temperatures get into the low 50s this afternoon. 18 right now, Irvin. That's the coldest spot in the region. A trio of 19s. Williamsburg, Jonesville, and Clintwood, and then we've got 29 basically right now in Ashland, followed by 27 in Logan and Monticello on the other end of the scale. So the further west you are, the colder it is. Further east you are, it's still cold, but again, Logan 0 degrees from where they were this time yesterday compared to 11 degrees colder in Jonesville, Williamsburg, and Somerset. So your day planner for today, lots of sunshine. Get out there and soak it up. 50 for a daytime high. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Researchers at the University of Kentucky are starting a new study to raise awareness about child sex trafficking in the Commonwealth. Billboards like this one on your screen have been placed in some Kentucky counties with the message of "See It, Stop It" as part of the See Stop Now campaign. It's encouraging people to learn the signs of sex trafficking and ways to stop it. Ann Coker, the director of UK Center for Research on Violence Against Women, says the project is focused on middle schools because that's the age at the highest risk.
With the bystander intervention, we can really focus on keeping each other safe and learning how to do that in a way that is effective and the individual doesn't experience the sex trafficking or the abuse, violence.
Well, if you see one of the See Stop billboards, researchers are asking you to let them know so they can see how often their message is being seen. Their website also includes more strategies to prevent child sex trafficking. Well, college towns might seem a little more quiet than usual because students are away on spring break right now. Many of them will travel long distances while others stay close to home. As Mariah Congito reports, there are ways they can stay safe while doing so and ways parents can stay informed.
The university police chief and a parent I spoke to both say all they care about is that each and every student makes it back here on campus safe for the spring semester.
This is the most vulnerable time when risky behaviors start to surface.
As students venture off to their spring break destinations, University of Kentucky Police Chief Joe Monroe says aside from having situational awareness, it's key that students do their homework on where they're traveling to.
What are some of the things going on in that area, as well as what are some of the precautions that you need to take if you're going there?
For parent Lee Sorrell,
it's nerve-wracking.
Sorrell's 20-year-old son is spending the break in Florida with friends. Before he left,
And I've just told him just to make sure that you know what you're doing and don't do anything if you don't think it's right.
Sorrell says she knows her son's itinerary for the trip, and if anything happened, she'd most likely be alerted through her Life 360 app. It connects her to her son's GPS on his phone.
It shows where they stop at. It shows if they have an emergency. It even notifies me if they had an emergency.
With an app like Life 360 or UK Alert, you want to make sure that you are understanding that that is there for your safety.
Chief Monroe says they also remind students of the financial crimes that are out there.
A lot of times you see students that are using debit cards And what happens is they use those debit accounts when they're on their trip, and they get scammed.
Chief Monroe also says they should follow the buddy system, keep their cell phone charged at all times, and bring locks for things like their luggage and belongings. In Lexington, Mariah Cogito, WKYT.
Students at the University of Kentucky are on spring break until the 18th. Well, a group of 20 people traveled to Letcher County this week, driving more than 12 hours from Iowa to help rebuild homes that were destroyed last year in the July flood. Pastor Tim Maxa brought the group from his church, but he says this isn't his first time in Letcher County.
39 years ago, I came to Kentucky, my first pastorate, and they essentially taught me how to be a pastor and showed me that working with people and helping people in need is a vital part of like preaching the gospel.
Well, the pastor brought multiple students with him from his youth group who are on spring break, and he says it has been a blessing seeing them help in a community he still calls home. The Breathitt County Hunger Alliance held one of its biggest giveaways yesterday, distributing 40,000 pounds of seed potatoes and thousands of packets of garden seeds to those in need. Well, this giveaway was made possible due to the Alliance's partnership with the nonprofit Society of St. Andrew. Well, those with the Hunger Alliance say through the event, they hope people can become more self-sustaining, helping to fight hunger in the long run.
We love what we do, and we're actively looking for any resources that we can find. I have a book, a binder, and it is full of different things that we have found. We need a bigger building. We do need a bigger building because there's just so much out there.
The organization's founder and CEO, Patsy Clare, says she hopes giveaways like this one can also inspire older generations to teach younger ones sustainable habits. As parvo season begins, a local veterinarian is discussing how it can impact your dog. Parvo is a contagious virus that can kill dogs of all ages. The virus causes a variety of symptoms, including vomiting and lethargy. If left untreated, dogs can die because of dehydration. We spoke to a vet on how easy it is for a dog to come in contact with the virus.
People that have puppies or dogs that are completely indoors that have still contracted it because it's gotten carried into the house unknowingly on somebody's shoes or on their clothes. It's really important to vaccinate and to vaccinate properly.
Veterinarians also say vaccinating your dog as early as 6 weeks and keeping your dogs away from unknown animals can help protect them against the virus. From Sanctuary on 2nd to Belfry Double Quick, businesses near the Williamson community have been working together to bring in money for a family in the area that is facing some unexpected expenses following an undiagnosed medical scare. Our buddy Forbes has more about those efforts from one of the city's go-to dining spots.
How are you?
The crowd at Three Guys Pizza and Brew showed up with a hunger.
Taco salad.
A hunger to help a family in need.
That's our #1 reason for being here.
A wait staff full of elementary school students hoping to bring in donations for a family that is waiting for answers.
As soon as I heard it, I was just really, really sad, and we fully don't know what's going on yet, so we're just praying and hoping.
Maddie Newsom is an 11-year-old student at Williamson Elementary School, a sweet, fun-loving girl who people say they can always turn to.
She's a senior. She always does everything with us. She's one of the most friendly because she's just friends with everybody. So I love her.
Now the student athlete has a community going to bat for her as she sits in the hospital, paralyzed from the shoulders down, waiting for a definitive answer from her medical team.
I was scared for her because she's been my friend all my life.
So her friends and classmates volunteered their time as guest servers, with their tips going to help the family offset medical costs.
Makes me feel good being able to come out and help and see there's still good in humanity.
Saying until the Newsoms can find answers and head back home.
She's like the person that you can always come to. She's always there.
They will keep a seat cleared for their friend.
We've just been talking about you all the time. We save your seat at lunch. We don't let anybody sit there.
As they try to provide peace of mind.
I love you, Maddie. I hope you get better, and I'm praying for you right now. We're all praying for you.
One prayer and plate at a time. In Williamson, West Virginia, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, Maddie's mother says doctors have shared a couple of different possible diagnoses, but they are waiting for confirmation. She says the community and the staff at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus have been amazing during the process.
6:41 here on this cold Wednesday morning. We're tracking temperatures that are in the teens and 20s as you head out the door this morning, with the cold spot back to 18 in Jonesville and Irvin. The warm spots 29 in Ashland, then followed by 27 in Logan and Monticello. A lot of low 20s out there this morning. I'm expecting to see some more teens before it's all said and done. Your out the door forecast. The good news is here in just a little while, the sun's going to come up and it's going to stay up all day long. Temperatures will top out right around 50 degrees, and you'll see the sunset tonight. It's about before 7:40 this evening. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, still to come here on Mountain News this morning, another age group is now able to receive a dose of the bivalent booster here in the U.S. Stay with us. We'll be right back.